What's up, pimps, guys, girls, females, folks, all y'all? Hope all y'all are having an absolutely terrific, amazing day. Iron Lung. Y'all know it. Y'all have heard of it. If you haven't heard Iron Lung, then you've definitely heard of Markiplier, right? And before getting into this video, I want to just make it very clear. I love Markiplier. I was watching this dude before he even had red hair. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not just dissing this man, but the movie he made, I think personally, is a bit overhyped. Because I went down and I watched it, because I don't know if you've, been on the fucking internet, but you can see people all around calling, Iron Lung a very, very good movie. One of the best, what's the exact wording for it? But a personal film, like a film made by mainly one person, directed and even acted as the main character, which surprisingly enough, he did an extremely good job at acting for someone who has never acted before. I remember a long time ago he talked about trying to be do like voice impressions, not voice impressions, but he wanted to do what's it called? Voice acting. And I mean, I thought he would just be good at that because he has such a standout voice, but he just did an amazing job at acting. But if you don't know what the movie is based off of, it's based off a game called Iron Lung, which is something that also kind of confused me a bit because before this movie, I never even heard of the game, to be honest. And I looked it up, and I'm not looking up current stats because nowadays the stats are different since this movie came out and it's been so hyped up and stuff. But it only had around 300,000 downloads total at the end of last year. So this game isn't really too popular or big of a game, but he made a movie on it. Very awesome. And of course, for this movie being made by one person, directed by one person, of course it wasn't made, but personal film, whatever they're calling it, with a $3 million budget, it exceeded my expectations ridiculously for what I thought someone that has never made a movie before could do. But I don't think it deserves the hype that it's getting. There was many scenes in that movie where also kind of went to a bit of a ghetto movie theater because I'm not paying $20 for a fucking ticket. But there was scenes in that movie where I literally couldn't even tell what was going on. You know what I mean? The screen would just be like the camera would be like ridiculously shaking, and it's just like, what the fuck? Can't see what's going on. It was a dark movie in general. Like the area, the surrounding, like the way it looked was genuinely like dark. But in a way, it really made it hard to see. You know what I mean? And maybe that wasn't everyone's issue, but that's just something I didn't like. It's kind of just the color, the lighting, and also something I noticed a lot throughout the movie. It's kind of weird how much he grunts. But I mean, okay, he's in a tough scenario. He's grunting a lot. But the grunts aren't lining up with his mouth sometimes when he does them. Be like, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just off a bit. And I was a bit kind of like, come on, bro. Like, you could do better than that. And obviously, I can't do better than that. But for someone who's been working on this movie for 2 to 3 years, and literally the reason why he wasn't in any of the Five Nights at Freddy's movies is because he was working on this movie and he was putting all of his time and energy into this movie. So that's, because I really wanted him in the Five Nights at Freddy's, at least 1 or 2 movie. They got Corey Kenshin, but not Markiplier. Like, really, bro? Come on. But I don't know. I just seen all this stuff online, and if I heard that the movie was bad before going into seeing it, I wouldn't have had such a high standard for it. But I've literally just seen only good on the internet about it. Only positive, only like all these people like, "Oh my gosh." And also the movie's made $21 million at the moment being, which is 7 times the budget. So he's made a lot of money off this movie. But I don't know. I feel like this entire movie could also have been summed up into like a 30-minute short film, right? They kind of did a bit of a poor job on explaining some things. If you watch very carefully, you can pick up on things like the people's backstories and like, I'm sorry for clicking that. That was probably so horrible from y'all's perspective, but they did a horrible job at showing like his backstory, giving a very good understanding. It kind of just threw you in and expected you to know what was going on. You know what I mean? And in a way that was cool, that was interesting. It definitely made it a bit quicker. But I really would like to have known more and not been left in the dark with like handful of things and it kind of be unexplained. I don't really know how they could have done it exactly, but I just felt a bit confused for this movie with a lot of the things that they did. And it feels like it didn't need to be 2 hours and 3 minutes, 2 hours, 2 minutes, whatever it was. The whole film could have been summed up in 30 minutes, I think, and would have gave out just as much information as the movie did. And instead of like focusing on like blood dripping from the ceiling for 3 minutes, they could have like actually like shown more things. You know what I mean? And overall, I wouldn't say it's a bad movie. There's definitely worse movies. This movie was definitely made with passion. It was definitely made with love. It was made with care. And it was, it's something he was very, 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 very passionate about. So it's so awesome to see him succeed and do so well in this. But if I'm looking at it from a movie perspective, then I wouldn't really consider this the best of movies. But it's made by Markiplier, so it gets points for that. But overall, though, this isn't really a movie I'd expect to go big, global, or I don't know. I think the only reason why it's succeeding is because it's made by Markiplier, and then all these people online are just, double hand, blow jobbing the damn movie online and talking all good about it. And maybe I'm just completely wrong, but that's just my opinion. I love Markiplier, but I just feel like a lot more could have been explained. The camera shooting could have been better. The him grunting could have lined up with his mouth better. They could have made the room a little bit more bright, and they could have had some like cameras that didn't tweak the fuck out right when they move and it makes it unseeable. And yeah, but overall though, I'd like to see Markiplier act again. I don't think he ever really will, because this was like his personal thing. But I would love to see him act again. It was really cool seeing him on the screen and being like, oh my gosh, the fucking dude that I used to watch play Five Nights at Freddy's. The dude that collabed with Jacksepticeye. Like, that was really, really cool. I love seeing that, and I love seeing his success. But, that's about it. Sorry for the rant. Sorry for the yap. But, that's about it. I hope all y'all have an amazing day. Hope y'all stay blessed. Hope y'all stay safe. I do recommend checking out the movie, though. You got to support that boy Markiplier. But go into it with an open mind. It's not the best movie in the world. I have no clue what the fuck other people have been talking about. But it's all right. It's all right. It's definitely a good watch because he made it. But y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay safe. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's day. And hope you sleep good tonight.